From Neural Newscast, I'm Michael Turner.
And I'm Nina Park.
Today, we look at Wall Street's record-shattering climb past the 50,000 mark. We also cover a major political shift in Japan. In Washington, a budget battle threatens a Department of Homeland Security shutdown. And we report on the delay of NASA's Crew 12 mission.
Plus, the United Kingdom doubles its military presence in the Arctic. We also examine Russia's new tactics to secure Starlink terminals. Finally, we look at the European Union's latest demands for peace in Ukraine.
Wall Street is seeing a historic rally today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average topped 50,000 for the first time on Friday. Futures are currently pointing even higher. Chip makers and airlines are leading the momentum.
That is a significant milestone for the markets. Japan's snap election is also influencing global sentiment. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi secured a two-thirds supermajority in parliament.
Her fiscal stimulus plan is causing bond yields to climb in Japan and the United States. Gold and silver prices are also rebounding from recent lows. However, oil prices have dropped slightly as investors look toward upcoming economic data.
The market is preparing for several key reports this week. Tuesday brings the latest retail sales figures for December. We will also see new monthly jobs data on Wednesday. That will be followed by the Consumer Price Index on Friday.
Turning now to Washington, where a budget battle threatens to shutter the Department of Homeland Security. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says Democrats will not support funding without new restrictions on immigration enforcement. The deadline for a deal arrives next week. Meanwhile, federal officials are seeing rare cooperation in Minnesota between local leaders and immigration agents. We are watching how these negotiations might impact border security operations. In other news, there is a delay from the Florida coast. NASA and SpaceX have postponed the Crew 12 mission launch to the International Space Station. Heavy weather at Cape Canaveral is forcing a delay until at least February 13th.
4 astronauts will spend 9 months on the station for microgravity research. They are now scheduled to dock with the Harmony module on February 14th. This mission remains a key part of the NASA Artemis program.
Next, we look at changes in European defense strategy. British Defense Secretary John Healey announced a major military expansion today. The United Kingdom will double its troop numbers in Norway to counter Russian activities.
Healey says Russia poses the greatest threat to the High North since the Cold War. This move shifts the NATO posture in the Arctic. It comes as European leaders discuss increased defense spending commitments.
In Ukraine, reports indicate a new Russian tactic on the battlefield. Moscow is allegedly coercing the families of prisoners of war to register Starlink terminals. These satellite systems are vital for military communications and drone operations.
SpaceX has refused to sell terminals directly to the Russian military. Ukraine warned that any citizen helping Russia register equipment could face criminal liability. This tactic marks an escalation in efforts to obtain Western technology.
Still, European leaders are preparing for future peace negotiations. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas is drafting demands for any settlement with Russia. These include the return of abducted children and military size limits.
Kallas says Europeans must agree to any deal reached in U.S.-mediated talks. Russian bombing has increased during this negotiation period. Attacks have recently targeted the Ukrainian electrical grid during the coldest weeks of winter.
Here is what else we're watching. The House of Representatives votes today on a resolution to overturn tariffs on Canada. This vote signals growing Republican unrest over current trade policies and local economic impacts.
The outcome may determine the future of the administration's economic agenda. Speaker Mike Johnson faces pressure as some members refuse to support tariffs that affect their local economies. We will continue to follow these votes.
I'm Michael Turner.
And I'm Nina Park. Thank you for listening. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.